We are on math, lesson day 9. We are still subtracting with money. So before we get started on our workbook pages, let's just go over our money. Our biggest coin we use in first grade is a quarter. It's worth 25 cents. Our next one as far as value is our 10-cent dime. Our 5-cent nickel. And our copper 1-cent penny. All right. On page 234 in your math workbook, we are on page 234, and it says Sherry buys a ball. She pays with 3/4. How much change does she get? So here's the ball, and it costs 70 cents. Now this says she pays with 3/4. So let's draw our quarters out, and we know a quarter is worth 25 cents, and she pays with 3/4, our 3/4. Now, how much do we have all together if we have 3/4? Let's count by 25s. 25, 50, 75. We know that 3/4, if we count by 25s, is worth 75 cents. So she has 3/4, she has 75 cents. The ball was 70 cents. How much change will she get? That means we have to subtract 70 from 75. So you can stack it up. 5 minus 0 is 5. 7 minus 7 is 0. She gets 5 cents in change. All right, go to the next page, page 235. Trying to get that straight. There we go. All right, this says Carrie has 90 cents. She buys a paper bag. How much does she have left? It's the same thing. We're still doing subtraction. We're going to find out how much money she has left out of her 90 cents. When she buys the bag costs 84 cents. Carrie has 90. We start with 90. She spends 84. And we are subtracting. Now, if I have 0, can I take 4 away? If I have 0, can I take 4 away? No, I cannot. What do? Blow it into your hand. Release it. Borrow. Good job. So when we borrow, we keep this number and put a 1 in front of it. The 1 came from our 10 spot. We took 1 away from the 9, so the 9 has to become an 8. Now looking at my problem, can I do the math? Yes, because if I have 10, I can take 4 away, okay? And we all know from our fast facts that 10 take away 4 is 6. 8 take away 8 is 0. She has 6 cents left. After buying a toy bicycle, Pat has 9 cents left. How much did he have at first? Okay. This is a little different. That's why we're working through these together. This one, we know how much change he got, okay? He had 9 cents left, okay? He paid 89 cents for the bicycle. How much did he start with? So this time we are adding 89 plus 9. And you know there are a couple of ways to do this. You can stack it up and do the math. You can pop 89 in your head and count up 9 spaces. Whatever way you want to do it is best. I'm going to work it out on the board. 9 plus 9, we know from our fast facts, is, blow it into your hand, release it, 18. Very good. We keep our 8 in our ones column, and we carry our 1 because the number 18 has 8 ones and 1 10. Ones here, 10s here. 9 plus 9 is 18. Carried my 1 in the 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. He started with 98 cents. He started with 98. He spent 89 and had 9 cents left. Andrew buys a pen. Eve buys a doll. How much less does Andrew pay than Eve? So this is another subtraction. They want to know how much less. That tells us to subtract. So we always start with our big number. The pen was 25, the doll was 79. So we're going to stack it up. Our big number is 79. We start with that one. Our smaller number is 25. 9 take away 5 we know is, good job, 4. 7 take away 2 is, good job, 5. Andrew pays 54 cents less than Eve. There is a 54-cent difference between 79 and 25. All right, flip your page. To page 236. And we have a few more word problems. Derek has 32 cents. He wants to buy a toy bicycle. How much more does he need? They want to know how much more does he need. That's another indication that we are subtracting because we're trying to find the difference between what he has, which is 32, and the cost of the bicycle, which is 89. So if he has 32, how much more does he need to get all the way to 89? So we're going to start, because we're subtracting, we start with our big number, 89, and we subtract 32 because that's what he already has. So to get from 32 to 89, he will need how much? 9 take away 2 is, blow it into your hand, release it, 7. Good job. There's those fast facts paying off. 8 take away 3 is how much? Blow it into your hand, release it. Good job. 5. Derek needs 57 cents more. So if he gets 57 more cents and adds it to his 32 cents, he can buy that bicycle for 89 cents. How much more is the pencil than the eraser? How much more? That tells us to subtract, okay? And when we subtract, we start with the bigger number. The pencil is 60. The eraser is 25. 60 take away 25. Now, if I have 0 fingers, can I take 5 away? I cannot. What do I need to do? Blow it into your hand? Release it. Good job. We need to borrow. That becomes a 10. We borrowed from that 6, so that 6 has to become a, blow it into your hand, release it. Good job. A 5. Now can I do the math? I absolutely can. 10 take away 5 is 5. And 5 take away 2. Good job. The pencil is 35 cents more than the eraser. All right, number 34. Brad spends 99 cents during break time. What does he buy? So it's his break. We have 3 options. He spent 99 cents. So the easiest way to figure this out is to add 2 of them together and see what we get. 55 plus 65. Let's add that one. That would be the drink and the sandwich. 5 plus 5 is 10. Good job. We put our 0 here. Carry that 1 because the number 10 has 0 in the ones and a 1 in the tens. We have to keep our ones and our tens columns lined up. 1 plus 5 is 6. Plus 6 more is 12. Okay, remember he only spent 99 cents. That's too much, okay? So he didn't buy the drink and the sandwich. But he could have bought the sandwich and the apple. So let's add our sandwich and our apple. 65 plus 34. 5 plus 4 is, good job, 9. And what is 6 plus 3? Yell it out. I hear you. Thank you. 9. Brad spends 99 cents. If he bought the sandwich and the apple, he would spend 99 cents. Very good. So he buys the sandwich and the apple. And I know some of you are asking right now, can I just put an S for sandwich and an A for apple? Yes, you can. That is perfectly fine. All right, flip over to your next page. Practice makes perfect, right? And we are practicing. So on to page 237, we have some items with some prices, and we have some questions. Okay, we have an orange for 30 cents, crackers for 20, cereal for 50, and a muffin for 65 cents. Fill in the blanks. Gary buys a bowl of cereal and crackers. How much does he spend in all? Remember, when we see in all, that means to add. They want to know the total, okay? He buys a bowl of cereal, which is 50 cents, and crackers, which are 20 cents. We're going to add that up. 0 plus 0 is 0. 5 plus 2, yell it out. Great job. 7. He spent 70 cents in all. Gary uses 50 cents to buy an orange. An orange is 30. He pays with 2 quarters, 50 cents. How much change does he get? So remember, if we're counting back change, we have to subtract. Okay? He uses 50 cents and he spends 30 cents, so we're going to take 30 away. He started with 50 and he spent 30, so he doesn't have that 30 anymore. How much does he have left? 0 minus 0 is 0. 5 take away 3, yell it out. Good job, 2. He gets 20-cent change. All right. Fina uses 2 quarters to buy an orange. And tell me again, how much is 2 quarters? Good job, 50 cents. So she uses 50 cents if she has 2 quarters. How much change does she get? 30 cents. 2 quarters is 50 cents. Looks familiar. Good job, 20 cents. You guys are so smart. Alrighty, I'm going to let you guys do these last 2 by yourself. Parents, if you need to help them, absolutely do that, okay? But I want you guys to try to get some practice on your own. This should wrap up our money chapter, so I would suggest that you get the change out, play store, just count it, count change back when you play store to practice some of your subtraction. Just have fun playing with the money, get used to it, and just enjoy it. So that wraps up this day 9 lesson in math. I miss you guys. Hope to see you soon. Bye.